Shut up and sit down.
Welcome once again to the Shy Talk Podcast Show. Mark Kearns and Ken Riley.
What's up?
Episode 115.
Yeah.
And the second episode of our new era of Mark and Ken's podcast adventures. And I think this week we were like, let's just keep it pretty random. Let's kind of just like some weird stories that we found on the internet.
Some random bullshit from the internet.
Yeah, basically it's going to be pretty, like, as the show entitles, a lot of shy talk.
What
of
could
the
go
show.
wrong?
Really random. So like Ken did all the heavy lifting of this. So there's topics we discuss. If it goes really badly, it's all
Oh,
Ken's.
yeah, it's all my fault. Yeah,
It's all his
and my
fault.
whole 10 minutes of preparation.
Yeah, exactly. I came up with like old people are awful, and if you work over like 52 hours, you'll go bald. But I think we'll leave that one for now, and we'll go on to one that a game that I thought people stopped playing last year. I thought this was
I didn't think this was still a thing either.
I was out with a few of my friends, and one of them was actually playing Pokemon Go, and I was like, "Oh, you're still playing that?" I was like, I thought everyone unanimously decided that
it was shite. Like,
it was shite and it's not a thing anymore. And he goes, "No, go back on it. It's really, really good."
I think I played it for like a total of maybe 5 minutes, and then I got bored of it.
One of my friend, one of the lads that we train with, right? We'll kind of leave him anonymous now, but he thought his girlfriend was cheating on him. So like he got a really random text saying, "Oh, she's just going to like meet a friend for drinks in Nace," and he's like, "You don't have any friends in Nace."
You're going to have to tell me who this is later.
Yeah, I'll tell you who this later is. And he's like, "You don't have any friends in Nace." So he was like, "What the fuck's up?" And she goes, "Oh, I'm actually just going down to the canals. I want to play Pokemon Go."
For fuck's sake.
Yeah. So she kind of a little ashamed that she'd be judged by him for
Rightfully so.
Yeah,
She should be judged.
playing Pokemon Go and going on a walk. So
Anonymous jiu-jitsu person. Judge her.
yeah, exactly. But it is apparently still a thing, and it's still quite popular because someone
And very dangerous.
Yeah, someone actually died. So what was this story?
So
that you came across.
There was like a 21-year-old girl in America, and she was playing Pokemon Go, and she got in the car with her boyfriend, and they drove off to find some Pokemon, and they witnessed a robbery. And the guy who was mugging this guy seen these two people, and when they kind of turned to get away, he shot her and killed her.
Oh fuck! Did he think she was like videoing it? Because you have to.
That's probably what it was. He probably thought that she caught it on video, and
Yeah, and really she was trying to cast.
really she was trying. Yeah, she was looking for a little Pokemon.
Oh,
now she's dead.
Yeah. Oh my god. Well, like I don't think you can blame Pokemon Go on that. Like obviously she was there because of probably Pokemon Go.
Yeah, but there's a lot of situations for Pokemon Go. You remember some guy got hit by the Lewis?
Yeah. Well, see, the Lewis is a brilliant spot for it because it goes really, really slow. So, you can actually get your walk in miles because you have to walk a certain distance.
Yeah.
And then what people were doing was trying to drive really, really slowly while playing Pokemon Go.
Yeah, like that's just stupid.
Yeah, and like apparently, like a load of really nerdy gamers who like don't leave their rooms would have been or actually going out and exercise. This game was like life changing for them. Like this game.
Oh yeah, because they went outside and they were like walking around to try and find.
Yeah, they were doing like 10k, and they're like they lost a lot of weight, and
Yeah.
So like apparently it was pretty good for that, but obviously then like people are going to really, really dangerous places, and obviously like seeing like a robbery was probably one of them.
Yeah, like don't they just show up in random places or some stupid shit like that? Like?
Yeah, so like if you go out at night, you get like kind of ghost or kind of spooky kind of Pokemon. So there's a ghost one. If you go around water, you get water Pokemon, and obviously then in certain cities, in certain key locations, there are bases, and on those bases is where you can battle, and there'll be certain Pokemon there. So like,
Jesus,
yeah,
it's like a nerd exercise heaven.
Yeah, no, like the concept was fucking really, really cool. And I remember like even Mario Brothers were meant to bring out like we're in talks of making a Pokemon Go version of Mario, which would have
Would
been.
that have worked?
I don't know how it was gonna work, but they were in talks of doing
He'd be
it.
going into pipes down sewers and fucking eating weird mushrooms,
Jumping on like
just jumping on
turtles that
random
aren't
dogs
there,
and stuff. Like,
climbing up on the buildings to try to get coins.
yeah, I don't think that'd be good. Be
So-
chasing around donkeys in fields.
Yeah, so I didn't think it was still a thing, but apparently someone
apparently
actually
it's still a thing because this one died.
like
I don't know if you could say that like she was killed playing the game, but like that probably would have
she
happened.
died what she loved.
Yeah,
Dude, I wonder if they'll have a Pokemon ball in honor.
like a little memory thing.
Yeah,
instead of a
on her
headstone,
grave.
have just like a Pokemon ball.
Or maybe just leave one on her at her grave. I know they were meant to bring out it was like this little key, and that like you pressed. It was like meant to be a Bluetooth thing, and I think it was meant to act like, it's like so you hold it in your hand. You're able to pretend like you're going to throw it, and then instead of shaking your phone, so like
like you throw the Pokeball.
yeah, exactly. So you held this Bluetooth thing, which would have been like load of cases of people just fucking that way.
Yeah. Should remember the Wii when people like breaking their TV screens playing bowling on the Wii and stuff.
Oh yeah, man! I got to skateboard, and I played the Tony Hawk game. Except like I used
Mark on a skateboard. What could go wrong?
I used to skate, so like this game was like designed for skaters, so that like they could that
You could
game
do
was
tricks
more
and stuff.
realistic. Yeah, like better. Yeah, skateboarding the better you are in the game. The only thing is like you're not meant to actually flip the board, so you can't tell a skateboarder, "Oh, I'm going to try to do a kickflip." Well, I'm only going to do the motion. No, you'll do a kickflip. And you'll have this board, and it's like
You broke it, didn't you?
no, it was actually pretty durable. But like, I tried to do a kickflip, and like there's these lights above us, and of course, jumping in a sitting room isn't great. I think it really took off. It didn't really take off the whole
Skateboarding thing.
Well, the skateboard definitely didn't take off, but the whole Wii, where it's like. Even PlayStation tried it, and that wasn't that great.
Yeah, it was kind of a flop.
Yeah, everyone went back to analog kind of sticks. I think that's the main way people play now.
Yeah, 'cause there's only so much you can do with the little flingy stick thing that we give you. Like it's.
Have you tried any of the VR stuff, like the headsets? I wonder what that's like.
Don't know. I haven't tried it.
Yeah.
I don't really like PlayStation.
Yeah.
Like their controllers are shit.
I don't know. I don't play a lot of I don't play any consoles. I have a Sega over here. That's my console.
I go with Xbox.
Yeah, my sister got an Xbox years ago because she wanted to be cool and fit in with people that she hung around with. And so I did play the Xbox, and it is kind of nice to play, but I always preferred the PlayStation stick. But I don't play enough of it to know if I still play.
Yeah.
Kind of morphed into
it kind of feels real flimsy. Like when you play an Xbox, like the control feels like there's no way I can break this fucking thing.
Yeah.
And you play a PlayStation, it's like this thing is tiny and it's gonna snap.
Yeah. Yeah, it does feel like you can just twist it a bit more.
Yeah.
We'll go on to a different story.
So the Joker movie. Going back to last week.
Yeah.
Jared Leto tried to stop that movie being made.
Oh yeah, I read about this. So like, obviously he must be pretty pissed when he heard that Joaquin Phoenix was gonna be a Joker.
Yeah.
Especially since he thought he was going to get his own standalone movie, and that this Suicide Squad probably was going to be the launch pad into his Joker movie, and it's going to be such a good performance. People are going to be talking about it for years.
But it was shit.
It was pretty shit.
But did you see like the extent that he went to? Like he contacted his agent to contact Warner Brothers to pull the fucking movie, and he resulted in the movie getting a lesser budget than it was supposed to get.
Because they
gave
worried.
it 55 million, but it was supposed to get more.
All right. Well, look, in fairness, that should be a lesson in Warner Brothers to maybe not spend as much, like because the movie wasn't lacking at because of a lack of budget. Like,
yeah.
Warner Brothers are probably going to send a thank you letter to
Jared Leto.
Jared Leto. Thank you. We didn't have to spend as much. It's just still like 10 times the film that like Suicide Squad was, and you suck.
Like, yeah, how much of an asshole do you have to be like, oh, that guy's playing a character I played once.
Yeah,
like one time.
I did for a bit of a minute, and it was awful.
Yeah, I played him for like 5 minutes.
What, like, I was watching clips of Jared Leto, and he sounds southern. There's like this southern twang off his.
Yeah, he's just terrible.
And like, and he's meant to be like, all right, DC don't use actual cities in America, but like he's meant to be kind of either base a similar city around like New York or Chicago. It's kind of that's what Gotham's kind of based off, those two kind of cities. So like Joker wouldn't have a southern accent.
No, he'd have like a kind of East Coast.
Yeah. He'd have like either a Chicago based accent, or he'd have a New York based accent.
But he said as well, he sent a memo to Warner Brothers saying that they were disrespecting him because he's an Oscar winner.
Okay.
Yeah, and that like they've basically yanked the rug out from under him and took this character away from him, and it's not.
I am a great actor.
Yeah, you shouldn't be treating an Oscar winner like this.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like
so like, he's not really. He's not really helping his cause of like trying to get people, because the fans already hate him, and I always thought Jared Leto was getting a bad rap because like he was given this character. He didn't design the Joker character in that movie. That was all the producer of Suicide Squad. He wasn't told the lines.
Did he not like have a little bit of input into like how he looked though?
Oh, did he?
I don't know. Like I thought there was something about that. Like he chose part of the look, or he chose the grill or something, didn't he?
Oh, did he chose the grill? Is what I don't know. I didn't mind. I thought the tattoos might have been like might have been a nice kind of addition to it.
Yeah, the tattoos would have been cool. The face tattoos were crap.
Yeah,
like the ones on his arms and stuff were okay.
Yeah, but I was just thinking the pimp kind of thing where he's like,
that was a bit ridiculous.
And he's driving a purple Lamborghini, like fuck off.
Yeah, like
yeah. So I don't know. I think probably a mixture of both. The Jared Leto kind of not getting like a lot of time to be the Joker, and also what the Joker had to do during the film.
Yeah, like he's just a dick.
Yeah. So yeah, but
he wouldn't have been good in it.
No, I don't. I think the movie would have been awful if it was a Jared Leto. I don't think it would be the same type of movie. I don't.
It would have been cartoony.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think you could have done a serious kind of gritty kind of movie about a psychopath, because that's with Jared Leto. It would have been more like they tried to make it like a Marvel movie. They tried to make it like it had to be funny in parts. It has to be like kind of he's meant to be gritty in parts. And I don't think it would have worked. I think they needed a new Joker, and like I don't know. I still kind of feel bad for Jared Leto, but like I think he's not getting any.
Let him off.
Yeah?
Yeah, we don't need him.
I know, yeah.
We've got Joaquin now.
We don't need Have you heard the theories that like they're in the same universe?
Possibly.
So there were
same universe, different times maybe. Like different Jokers. So go back to multiple Jokers, yeah.
I was watching more fan theories, and one of the fan theories was that like none of the clocks, if you look at there's a few clocks around in the movie. Like there's one in the psychiatrist's office that when he's chatting to one, there's one in the mental hospital when he's hitting his head, and there's one when I think he's in his kitchen at some point just before he gets into the fridge, and they're all the exact same time. So there's a theory that this is all a dream, but there's another theory that because of Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, it was like. Maybe he wasn't the Joker, but he was a guy called Joker who inspired the Joker. And
I think I heard that.
Jared Leto. So Jared Leto could like.
Jared Leto was the Joker that was inspired by.
Yeah, he'd be a later version of the Joker, and the event of the Joker. Since it was like everybody was dressed up as the Joker, he obviously seen that maybe as a kid. Grew up and was like, yeah, I'm gonna model myself after this guy, and became like this iconic gangster.
And got the shit kicked out of him by Batfleck.
Yeah. And apparently that there could be two Batmans, and so Ben Affleck is the Batman, and maybe then there's gonna be a new Batman, and
Dick Grayson or
maybe Dick
Terry
Grayson,
McGinnis,
maybe Damian Wayne.
Yeah.
So what's your man Twilight guy?
Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, Robert Pattinson's gonna be the Damian Wayne he could be, and he could be the new Batman. Maybe he's just a kid from New York who then comes up as the new Batman. Just like
Yeah, that could work.
Yeah.
Maybe. Possibly.
yeah.
We'll see.
I think if they bring in a new Batman, they kind of have to revamp it though. They
They have to do something like.
or just move
They're
away.
they're talking about doing the Long Halloween.
Oh really?
That's
That's
the thing
ambitious.
that I seen. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know if they should do the Long Halloween.
yeah. That's a. I don't think they'll do a good
It's a
job.
bit too much to shove into like what, a 2-hour movie.
Yeah, and I think they don't do well of shoving a lot in.
Yeah.
Like they do well of like strip back, bare bones of a movie. Like
Yeah, like just here's a basic idea. Let's start filming and see what happens.
yeah, let's take the Joker movie and then let's move it on and let's keep it as a simple story
Yeah.
about a character, and let's just build this.
Yeah.
I don't think they need to do an origin story again with Batman. It's Batman. Everyone knows fucking origin story.
Yeah, his parents died, became Batman.
Yeah, exactly. You can tell it in the first 10 minutes. You go 5 years later.
Yeah,
He's now
here we
just
go.
out of college.
Yeah.
Been a few times being a werewolf.
Being a werewolf.
So what's another story?
Martin Scorsese and Francis Ford Coppola both said Marvel movies are shit.
All right.
I think Francis Ford Coppola has been tougher on it than Martin Scorsese. Martin Scorsese said something about they just make the same movie over and over again.
Yeah, well, you
They're-
have to kind of agree.
They're not like advancing cinema at all. Like you get nothing really from the movies.
Which no, they have they do have a formula that they use it, but it's a very simple formula.
Yeah, and then Francis Ford Coppola went further and he said that they're like disgusting. Like the movies actually disgust him.
Well, I think like if you're like a director or you're balls deep in like cinematography.
Yeah, like
Like-
you've made the Godfather trilogy.
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't think a Michelin star chef likes McDonald's.
You never know.
Like he might have it like after a few beers or like when he's on a night out, but he isn't like he doesn't respect it as much. He doesn't
Oh,
say.
yeah, like he does, like he might eat it, but
Yeah.
he'd be like,
Yeah, exactly. It's just
it's shit.
yeah, he knows the shit. Like he's not judging that meal the same way he's judging like if he goes to a nice restaurant, he's having like a steak or he's having a
Yeah.
souffle or he's having like some real good food. He's not going to judge it in the same way, and that's what you have to kind of look at Marvel movies are. They're not like an Oscar winning movie. They're the fast food of like the cinema world. That's what they are.
I just like the way though that they actually pinpointed Marvel. Like they didn't say superhero movies; they just pinpointed Marvel.
Well,
We hate Marvel.
yeah, well, I don't think he was like, yeah, but DC are amazing. I think Marvel like are that's all people are talking about. They have the biggest gross movies, where like if they, yeah, I'm surprised they didn't say like superhero movies.
Yeah, like surely he would have said if he meant all superhero. Maybe he's a Batman fan.
Yeah, well, maybe he looks at the Dark Knight and he thought like the Dark Knight. There's elements of the Dark Knight trilogy that was good.
Yeah,
And then there's been performances in previous Batmans and Supermans. Like I think the first ever Superman was an iconic movie.
oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, so like I think you can't broaden all of them with the same brush. And DC hasn't really hit the headlines. So they're not in the firing line in terms of big cinema to attack them. They're not like dominating the.
Plus, like, I don't know, they kind of take more risks. I think.
Yeah, and plus like Joaquin Phoenix Joker just came out. So like if they said DC and Marvel movies are crap, you go instantly DC were like Joaquin Phoenix as a Joker is probably going to win the Oscar
Yeah,
best
Yeah,
actor.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
Well, I think he's going to be nominated anyway.
Oh, definitely going to get a nomination.
Yeah,
He should win.
Yeah, so like I think that's what DC needs to keep doing. It needs to bring out one-off stories and maybe slightly tie into the DCE.
Like DC comics are dark, so keep your movies dark
Yeah, exactly.
and like strip back and just like the Joker.
Yeah, I'd hate to see what you call it, Jared Leto doing the White Knight. You know that new comic that came out.
Yeah,
Because that's what we might go into. Because that comic book's getting a lot of traction. So DC might go, oh, we could get Jared Leto to be he was cured of his insanity, and we could get that werewolf guy to play the new Batman. I just let him die.
just let Jared Leto piss
Revamp,
off, like.
revamp the Suicide Squad. Have him be killed. It's like someone put a bomb into his side of his head.
Bomb into the side of his head. His dentist put a bomb into his.
Well, you know, like he was
grill,
maybe he was like arrested and he put a bomb into his head, so he's part of the Suicide Squad.
Maybe.
You could have him
But
in
still,
the Suicide Squad.
Just get rid of Jared Leto. Though.
Yeah, I think he has a movie on his contract. He might just get the money out. I think he's just kind of maybe.
I'd just say just pay him off and tell him to fuck off. Like.
Yeah, I think that's the best thing for.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I just think burn your bridges. Like it wasn't a movie that you wanted to make. It wasn't a movie that.
It wasn't a movie that anybody wanted to see.
Yeah. That's
like it was just crap.
Yeah.
Disgusting plane passenger. Well, traveling passengers.
Yeah. So, have you ever been on? Before we get into the ones that were on the list, have you ever been on a flight where you had to sit beside some creature of a person?
No. Usually I sit beside 18.
Okay. Yeah. There's always three rows in most planes. So
Yeah. No, I've never really been stuck beside a horrible, disgusting person.
I did miss my flight when I was going to Spain, and then we had to get a flight, and they're like, "Oh, you wouldn't. I don't think you'll make the flight because they're starting to board now. Maybe you're really quick." So we end up sprinting through Dublin Airport, I was putting on a check-on bag, so I had a check-on, and they're like, "No, you won't have time to check it on. You're just gonna have to go through security. Go on with it. Put on the plane." So I had a check-on bag that I fucking had to run with. It was just about 10 kilos, and then I was running with 10 kilos. I was really impressed with myself that I made it to there. But anyway, the result of that is I made my flight, but I was dripping in sweat.
Oh, you were the disgusting plane passenger. You were the horrible, sweaty guy on the plane.
And yeah, because we had it was a last minute flight. There was only a few seats less. I got the seat right up at the top, which is normally the kind of you have to pay a bit more for the seat to get plenty of leg room. So, but the result of that, it's the people who were sitting up there were a little bit posh as well. And I got on the plane, but we were one of the last people on. They kind of just gave me a look oh, I have to sit this guy with dripping with sweat. So I was like, sorry about that. I tried to sit as far away from him as possible. I was at the window seat, and I was like, there's this couple, and they're like, oh my god, who is this guy?
Just disgusted.
Yeah. So but in terms of that, the only thing other thing, I also another thing that I did on a flight that I probably shouldn't have. I don't know if it was Deadpool. I think it might have been Deadpool. So I was on a flight from to Bali. And we stopped off in Malaysia to go from Malaysia to Bali. It's about 3.5 hour flight. So they gave you flight. Give you a video that you can watch a movie while you're in the air. It was a long enough flight that they put you on with these planes that have TVs. And I was sitting beside a mother and child.
Oh.
So I decided to put on Deadpool. She wasn't impressed that I was watching this movie clearly up, and her kid was about 4.
Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, but I wanted to watch Deadpool.
I don't know if that's too major a problem.
Yeah, I thought I was kind of watching. I don't really think this parent's very too happy because what was really weird about that movie, the Malaysian Airlines who I was flying with took the decision that none of the violence, like the chopping off heads, the stabbing, the guts, the kicking the person in the nuts, that was all acceptable for kids to see. But the sex scenes,
they got cut.
Yeah, you couldn't have any sex scenes.
You can't see that.
Yeah,
you can see this guy getting his head chopped off.
Yeah, so they cut out all the sex scenes. So there's a part where they're in bed together, and then it cuts off to the as
that was the scene you were watching it for.
Well, I'd seen the movie before, so I knew it was coming up to that point. I was like, "There's the little kids sitting beside me." It's like, should I turn this off? And it's like, no. Well, good thing they cut it. It's weird that people they think like murdering. That's okay.
Yeah, that's okay
to see.
That's fine.
But we can't show kids seeing people having sex.
Yeah, no. So. Coming back from Birmingham actually at the weekend, there was a girl on the plane. She's up near the front of the plane, and we hadn't taken off yet. The plane is just getting pushed back with a little truck, like getting ready to taxi.
Yeah.
And she gets sick on the floor.
Ugh.
She gets sick on the floor and she gets carted off to the bathroom, whatever, and she sits there for like 10 minutes and comes back, sits back. But they never stopped the plane.
Oh yeah. Well,
like the plane was still moving. Like we were getting ready to take off.
Did they clean it up or did they just leave the puke in it?
I think they must have cleaned it up. There's like 3 of them down there. Like, aye.
All right. This rock paper scissors.
Yeah, who gets to do it? Like,
yeah.
That's probably the most disgusting thing I've seen on a plane.
Yeah. So what were some of the things that made the list?
There's some really sick ones on this now. There's like a guy with his bare feet on, you know, the touch screen entertainment thing.
Yeah.
Like using his bare feet to like swipe and select movies and shit.
Well, first of all, like I was going to say, we probably should have like a shy talk don't do's on a plane. And one of the things I was going to say, like, it's okay to take off your shoes when you have your socks on, right?
Yeah.
Some people are against that as well, but I think like your feet expand.
Yeah, if you got your socks on,
fair enough,
we're okay.
But I think bare feet is like
that's a no-no.
Yeah, that's no-no. No one wants to smell your bare feet.
Yeah, no one wants to see that shit.
Yeah, like and definitely don't bring them up to eye line. Whatever about keeping them under the seat.
Yeah,
but like putting them on top of a seat is just disgusting.
Like this list is literally why people. Do you ever see people with their little wipes and they're wiping everything around them?
Yeah.
Like this list is why people do that. There's just like that's just sick. Like,
so I need what else is on this?
Right, we'll go with the ones that aren't so bad first. Right, so that somebody cutting their toenails on the plane.
Who decides to do that? Like,
it's obviously like it was a domestic flight in America, so you're allowed to bring a scissors.
Yeah, well, I don't know in a domestic flight.
Well, it must have been like this girl. I seen a video of it. Like she's sitting up cutting her fucking nails in a plane.
That's disgusting.
Like where'd she get? She had to have been allowed to bring a scissors.
Yeah, you would have. Okay.
Some guy drying his socks on the the little shutter thing at the window.
Yeah.
There's a video of a guy drying his socks on that.
That's not going to dry. That's where all the moisture is in the plane.
Yeah, he has his socks hanging from the fucking window trying to dry them.
Like that, there's that. What logic is there?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like surely, like if you were going to dry your socks, you'd use the food board. If you had, the food board drops down. I know a lot of planes don't have them anymore.
Yeah, or
or you just don't dry your socks.
Just why are your socks wet?
Yeah. But all right, yeah.
There's right. I've 2 more. There was a woman, and this is a video I've seen as well. There's an Instagram page actually called Passenger Shaming. That's where all this shit came from. There's a woman drying her knickers on the air vent.
On the air, yes. So she takes
she's
holding
them up,
drying the socks.
Yeah, she's holding them up on the plane, holding up this pair of white knickers, drying them on the air vent.
Why are her knickers wet?
Why are they not on her?
Like, why are they wet? First, why? Like, obviously they're wet. That's why they're not on her.
Yeah, but when did she take them off?
Maybe they were wet in her bag. Maybe like a bottle of water opened up in her bag. She had a spare pair of knickers.
Yeah, but then why do you need to dry them? If you've got a pair that are dry on you, why have you got a spare pair that you need to dry in your bag?
I don't know. Yeah,
people are weird.
Yeah, like I think a lot don't take your socks off on a plane. It covers a lot of this.
Yeah, I think don't take your socks off on a plane is pretty obvious, and don't take your underwear off on a plane is very obvious.
Yeah, like you're sharing the space. Like you're sharing the air quality as well.
Yeah, and you're here drying your pissy knickers on an air vent. That's recirculating air. People are like breathing in your little piss particles.
Yeah. What's the?
Well, that brings us to the last one. Actually, the last one is so the way when people get off the plane and obviously the air crew go around and they do like a quick tidy up.
Yeah.
So they found a bag of urine tied to a seat.
A bag of urine.
Yeah. Like literally, it's like, again, there's a video of it. It's like one of those, those kind of sandwich bag, food bag things that you put into your freezer.
How big was the bag? Because
it's not that overly big of a bag, but it's
that's what I mean. Like
it's full of what looks like
that floor is probably covered in piss.
Yeah, it's. Ugh. sick, and it's like.
But like even sitting down, you wouldn't be really able to pee sitting down.
But like, what were the people beside you doing when you were there, like filling this bag up with piss?
Yeah, well, like, it's not even the people beside them. It's like the row directly behind you on the other side can see what you're doing as well. Like you must have like absolutely no shame.
Yeah, like
the plane must have been pretty empty.
Surely you're going to be like, this guy beside me is like pissing in a bag, and ring the fucking bell and go to the girl. This guy's pissing.
Yeah.
Like there was another video on it. I didn't put it on the list, but there was another video where a guy like lit up a joint on a plane.
Yeah.
And straight away everybody's like ringing the fucking thing and going, this lad's smoking.
Yeah.
Like, so what? Pissing's fine, but don't light up your cigarette.
Maybe it was like a shady. It must have been a pretty empty flight. It must have been like a domestic flight.
And maybe there's nobody else on the plane.
But like it must be pretty empty. Like just go to the fucking toilets.
Yeah.
Like
Maybe the seatbelt sign was on. Bit of turbulence. Can't go anywhere. Good thing I brought my little piss bag.
Yeah, exactly. I'll just use this airtight sandwich bag to piss in. Like I don't know. I think a bag passenger to me is the person who lets down the seat a little bit behind.
Oh yeah, that's irritating as fuck. Like,
or someone kicking the seat behind you.
Yeah, like I hate that in the cinema as well.
Yeah.
In the cinema, some dickhead kicking your seat.
Yeah, I don't mind like if someone puts their feet up if it's empty.
Oh yeah, if it's empty, like
you
do whatever you want. Like, but like if you're sitting right behind me, don't be kicking my seat.
Yeah.
I'll kick your face.
All right, so we'll move on from annoying flight pass. Just stop taking off your clothes on the planes.
Yeah, leave your clothes on the plane, basically.
And don't piss.
Another plane-related one. Some guy tried to kick open an emergency exit on a plane, so the other passengers wrapped him in cling film. I
completely understand where this man came from, though. Have you ever been sitting on a plane?
Yes, I've sat on a plane.
beside an emergency exit door.
Yeah.
And you're just staring at the door. Like, first of all...
But you don't really get that urge to pull it, do you?
You kind of wonder, you kind of ask yourself, like, what will happen if...
like, you can't open it once the plane's flying.
I know, like, the force,
pressure outside.
Yeah, the pressure outside, you're just not going to open. But then you're kind of looking at the door, and you're looking at your one that's... Clearly, the police officer, the guard at the door, because we were talking about stories. This has happened a few times with people, but you're like, obviously, you're never going to try to open the door. Well, not everybody.
I was on a flight, I think it was Portugal.
Yeah,
and a guy tried to open the door, like.
And what did like this?
Just like this woman. He tried it first, and I was saying to Eddie, and I was like, "Dude's like fucking with the emergency exit." And then, like, she's a nervous flyer anyway, so she was kind of like, ugh. And I was like, it's okay, you can't open the door, like, when the plane's flying, like, we're fine. And then some other woman, like, absolutely started freaking out. And they came down to talk to your man, they were like, leave it alone. So he kind of, like, stopped.
Yeah.
And then, as the plane is landing, like, we're literally in the descent to land, he starts fucking with the door again.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, and then 2 male flight attendants come down, and they're, like, talking to your man, they're like, fucking stop. And then we land. And the pilot's like, we're just waiting for... There's another plane at the gate we need to pull into. We're just waiting for that plane to pull off and we'll pull in. So everybody's sitting on the plane for about 20 minutes.
But surely they put a male air stewardess beside that fucking door.
I don't think there was anybody beside it. It was just like these 3 guys. And they were from Maynooth, like. They all had like Maynooth college bags, but they're like sitting beside it on their own. But about 20 minutes we're sitting on the runway. And these 2 cop cars pull in and, like foreign police get on. They're all like, whoop. And your man's like, oh, we're sorry. And they just like point at him and point off the plane, like, and drag him off by the scruff.
Fuck.
And off they went and everybody was clapping and shit.
Jesus Christ. So they were really just waiting on the police.
There was no, like, he was just waiting on the police. Obviously didn't want your man to start kicking off. So he's like, we have to wait for the gate to open up. But
surely that's the time to open the door. Like, if he wanted to open that door so badly,
the cops are coming for me. Let's open the emergency exit.
Well, not even that. This is like you're not going to open that during.
Like you're literally going to have to be like either crashed or landed to open that door.
Anytime the other thought that goes through my head when I'm sitting beside the door is I don't always get like I always just think what would happen, but like obviously you're not going to do. So the other thing that happens to me is like...
what would happen if...
I like, if anything happens to this plane, it's going to be my responsibility
Oh,
to open this door.
You're one of those guys. The guy who's sitting up there the whole flight, like sitting really straight, just in sleep.
Yeah, I was like, I
need to open this door.
I will know. I am going to study this door. I will know how to open this door.
Everybody else will be freaking out, and I'll open the door.
I was like, it looks pretty hard to open.
But like, do you ever see on a Ryanair flight, those doors are fairly fucking small.
Yeah.
Like, well, again, on the flight from Birmingham there at the weekend, there was a girl sitting across from us. Like, she was a big girl. And I was kind of looking at the door going, this plane goes down, she ain't fitting through the door.
Oh, someone will rugby tackle her through that door.
Like, she is not fitting through the emergency exit door.
Some lads will be like...
The door at the front or the door at the back, yeah, but not the one on the wing.
People are like, keep your arms in, I'll get you out of that plane.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, but imagine just being in a flight and it's like, you're trying to exit the plane's on fire or whatever, and like there's just people moving really slowly, and
and you're like, oh, seriously?
People can't move properly. You're like, no, I'll go ahead.
Trample. The harder we push, the quicker we get out of here.
Exactly.
What else we got? Oh, that mortician guy in America.
Yeah.
So if you die, this guy in Cleveland, Martin Sherwood is his name. Michael Sherwood.
Martin Sherwood.
Yeah. So if you die in Cleveland, and you've got tattoos, he will actually like skin you, treat it, and frame it.
How much does this privilege cost?
Don't know. I couldn't find that information. I know it takes 3 to 4 months and begins 72 hours after death.
Jesus. So like, and
it takes no special care. You just like hang it on your wall, and that's it. Like, you don't have to do anything special with it.
So you have a big piece of human skin
on your wall,
hanging on your wall.
But he won't.
Yeah, that was my granddad's.
He won't do face tattoos or genital tattoos.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I say the skin removing from like the genital, like if you get like your dick tattooed.
What's that hanging on the wall? Oh, that's my granddad's dick.
Yeah, dick tattoo.
Yeah, but I think the Yakuza used to do that, didn't they? They used to all like get tattooed, and they left. That's where like the whole Japanese art of leaving a little space came from.
Oh, so they
used to like skin you when you died and keep
hang your skin.
Yeah. Yeah,
there's loads of kind of weird old traditions about like getting tattooed. Like there was one where you couldn't cross a river until you were tattooed.
Couldn't cross a river until you had a tattoo.
Yeah, because like they said like the sea monster or the river monster would come up and eat you alive.
Where was that? What country is that in? Some back
Asia.
space.
Asia.
Asia. Always blame Asia. It's always Asia.
That was like 4.5 billion people. It's one of those.
It's one of those places.
It's one of those people that.
There was a guy in the UK caught with a sofa tied to his roof, like Mr. Bean.
Oh, okay. So like, for people who haven't seen Mr. Bean, which I'm pretty sure is everyone.
I'm pretty sure everybody has.
Everyone has seen Mr. Bean.
Yeah.
So the classic scene of where I think he's using ropes.
He buys a new couch.
Yeah.
Or a new armchair, and he ties it to the top of his little mini.
Yeah.
And ties a rope to the steering wheel. He has a brick in the accelerator, I think.
Yeah, and he's using brushes to do stuff as well.
Using brushes to change gear, I think.
So your man was like, I think they also have an anime cartoon, so they did the same episode in the anime cartoon as well. So your man's like, that's actually an ingenious idea. Like,
but this guy was driving a Merc as well.
Mr. Bean is actually a genius, and people think he's an idiot.
Yeah, so he buys a load of furniture, ties it to his car.
I'd love to see his house.
It's £150 fine though.
£150. So what happened? When did the police? Like, how far did he get?
I don't know how far he got, but like,
was he coming out?
How far could you get? I think it was like.
Did he have a new couch, or was this like, oh, I'm gonna actually see if I can do this?
There's a photo of it. Like, it was a new couch and like a little kind of coffee table thing as well. Yeah. He had stuff in the boot. He had stuff tied to the back window, and he had stuff tied to the roof. Like,
how long do you think it took him to set up his car?
But like, who's selling them crap that's going, oh yeah, you know what, that'll all fit in your car?
Maybe you know how they said, do you want one of our staff to help you bring this to your car?
And he's like, no.
No, he's like, yeah. He goes, oh, do you want to make a bit of money? Like, just help me
just
tie this
strap this on anywhere you can.
Yeah, you ever see the movie? You ever see the TV show Mr. Bean? Your man's like, some teenager goes, no. He goes, all right, I'm going to show you a clip. I'm going to try to do this in my car.
Yeah, I want to do
the
this.
Class. Him and the fucking employee are there for like 2 hours, like attaching a couch and a rope, and goes, yeah, this will work.
I guess that's what that guy did.
So like, what did the police like say at to him? Like,
we gave him a ticket, told him obviously it's dangerous, don't do that again.
Well, I
think he has to go to court. The stuff they probably just like
had to tow the car.
Yeah, they probably just like stayed there and were like, get somebody in a van to come and take this shit.
Yeah, call like a company to collect it. Because surely what had happened was like they had like get the car towed away. If it's not drivable, then you leave it in an impound. You have to collect all this shit.
You have to go and collect your shit.
That is insane.
Please collect your cube from the impound.
I wonder how far he got. Was it just like this on the road?
I don't know. Like they took a photo. The cops took a photo of it, like, and shared it. I think it was London or Manchester or somewhere. It was like a big city, and like he's just in the middle of the city. So don't know where the furniture shop was. Like if it was outside the city or whatever. But yeah, he was definitely in the middle of a city.
Jesus Christ! So your man actually got like a fair distance.
Yeah, like he might have got like a fair.
I want to see a video of like him trying to drive.
Yeah, like you definitely can't see where he's going. Like
I'd be braking and stopping. Would be like.
That'd be like shit probably fly off.
Yeah, it must be an automatic car as well, because like how could you change gear? But like I said, I would love to see this guy's house. It's just like paint everywhere because you put like
he's a hoarder.
A load of explosives into his house to paint his house.
Yeah, there's a lot of explosives going on today, Mark.
Well, like you know,
you want to put an explosive in Jared Leto's head?
That's a Suicide Squad. Well, you know, ever see the episode where he tries to paint his house and the painting's taking long?
He puts the. Is it a black hat or something?
Yeah,
he just sticks in the thing. And
exactly. And it like explodes and even paint everywhere. Except the man goes in to get his hat.
Yeah, there's like this perfect little form of a man on the wall.
So I wonder if he tried that as well. But I think that was busted on Mythbusters.
Was it?
Yeah, they did it.
Those bastards rule everything.
Yeah, let us have our moment.
Yeah, let us have our fun.
So any other stories there? Or
there's one more. A couple in the US adopted a 6-year-old. She turned out to be 22. Oh, she was a dwarf. I should point that out. She turned out to be a 22-year-old dwarf. You know, they weren't that stupid. They adopted a 6-year-old. This like 6'2" blonde girl walks in. No, she was a dwarf. So, like they adopted this girl from the Ukraine in 2010. Her date of birth said 2003, so obviously she would have been going on 7. After adopting her, like they noticed that she was having periods. Brought her to the doctor. The doctor did a bone density test and said she's at least 14.
All right.
And then she tried to kill the mother. She pushed her into an electric fence, put bleach in her coffee, and she kept threatening to stab her.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so they brought her to like a mental health place, and she admitted that she was like 20.
Oh yeah, how soon on after like seeing like this child arrives to your door, or you collect her from the adoption agency, and you're like, oh, here's your 7-year-old, or here's your 6-year-old, and they're like, what's your name? And she's like a fully grown woman going, did she like play up to be 6?
Yeah, like she played up to being 6 for a while, like, and there's like it gets weirder because she's from the Ukraine.
Yeah, like there are people where you're like, oh, he could be 16 or he could be 22. I don't think you go, oh, he could be 6 she could be 6, or she could be late 20s.
Yeah, like the family knew a Ukrainian family.
Yeah.
And they spoke to this girl in the Ukrainian. And she couldn't answer.
In the Ukrainian.
like she couldn't answer. She couldn't speak like
Ukraine. So she's, what, was she Russian?
I don't know. Like she obviously wasn't from the Ukraine anyway.
All right.
And then, but the weirdest part of it was because her official birth cert that the US authorities had said 2003. When the parents decided, they obviously like just fucked her out. Like
in
2013. and they got done for child abandonment and endangerment.
Because
on her birth cert she was only 10.
But they did not say like, oh, she tried to kill us.
Yeah, like they got their GP and like 3 psychologists and stuff involved, and they were all like, "No, this girl's like 22."
What happened to the midget?
She is the midget.
Yeah, well, so like obviously she was kicked out of the house. You know, they weren't forced to.
I don't know what happened to her now. She's probably like in a psych ward.
That's insane.
Like dressed as the Joker. Like, I don't know, that's crazy. Like
drawing pictures of Jared Leto.
Yeah, drawing pictures of Jared Leto, thinking she's Harley Quinn.
Yeah, like I wonder where she. That's such a weird story where she would have came from. Like to the point where
like they still don't know where she came from. Like the FBI are investigating it now. Apparently,
because like we've all ordered stuff off online.
I don't think they ordered her
and
online.
It wasn't quite as what we expected. Like we all ordered stuff off Wish, and like it gets to our heads, and like that's half the size. That's expected.
They went on Wish and they ordered a 6-year-old from the Ukraine. Yeah, they got a 22-year-old dwarf.
Like this, where's the returns policy? On this?
Damn you, Amazon!
Yeah, exactly. I said 6, not 21.
Yeah, I know it's a strange one that like.
But like if she
she obviously held up the charade for a while, like because they adopted her in 2010, and it was only 2012 that they started asking questions. Like
she ended up being 21, so she already like if you're 21, like surely, and you've got that far, like you've filled the adoption agency, like
like what sort of fucking adoption agency are you using?
That like. You don't know it's like a 6-year-old's having periods.
And this girl's somewhere between 6 and 60. You know, like it's strange.
That's insane.
It's very weird. Like
did they say why
she was hiding? She was hiding the fact that she was having periods as well. Like the father just happened to stumble across. He was emptying the bin or something. Like, and he found some stuff. Like,
all right. So like, did they find? What did they say? Like, why she tried to kill the mother?
No.
So like your one was obviously a psychopath.
Yeah, it's just like nuts. Like
it's like that bird that like takes over nests and kills the mother.
Cuckoo.
Yeah,
it takes over nests. What it throws out the eggs, lays its own eggs. Then
I thought it killed the mother and then
it lays its own eggs, and then when the mother comes back and hatches their eggs, and then they kill the mother when they hatch.
All right, that's weird.
Cuckoos are bastards.
I know there's the other thing, you to kill the mother and just like raise kids of your own.
Just like steal somebody else's eggs.
Yeah. So like the only story that I found, because like all the stories that you've heard so far is Bree and Ken.
In my 10 minutes of research.
I got only one story, and this is a story from England. Or it could be in the US. I don't actually know where it's from.
Jesus, great research,
yeah,
Mark.
Great research. A man was arrested for drink driving. He refused to give a breathalyzer sample, so the police brought him to a hospital to get a blood sample.
Yeah.
Where he was found to have 200 milligrams alcohol level in his blood, which is equivalent to about 10 pints in his bloods. His defense for not for like saying, I wasn't actually drinking and driving. My body naturally produces alcohol. So naturally, his family just didn't believe him, and his police didn't believe him. He obviously got arrested. Probably lost his license for being over the drink driving limit. But then later found out that he got tested by a doctor that found a yeast in his body. And in his stomach or in his bowels, and what that did was fermenting, and was
so he actually did produce alcohol.
Yeah, it's a really rare condition that people actually suffer from, where they actually do create alcohol in their gut.
Surely he shouldn't be driving though.
Yeah, see that's what I was thinking. Like if he knew about this condition, like if it, and his body's creating alcohol that's coming up through his blood. Surely he suffers from the effects.
Permanent drunkenness.
Apparently, he was like suffering from depression, and anger, and like for
all
years.
The symptoms of being drunk.
Yeah, exactly. He's stumbling in his words. He's becoming like forgetful, and he didn't know like what was causing, so he went and got tested for, let's see what it was, and the doctors found obviously this kind of yeast in his body and investigated and said, oh yeah, that's actually there's a really rare condition.
That's fucked up, like.
Yeah, so like if this story is true, and it was tested by it was then later followed up on some science journal that I'd never heard of. It was like MPJ or something like that.
Yeah. Well, at least you got a good story out of your one story.
Yeah, exactly. So I wonder if the next time you're pulled over by the police.
Yeah, just tell them, oh, no, I'm not drunk. My body naturally produces alcohol.
Yeah, exactly. I wonder if you can like sell his piss.
For what?
For
like
alcohol.
for people to drink?
Yeah.
Would you drink it?
You know, there's weird sex things out there.
Would you drink some guy's piss? Some guy went, yeah, that's about 5% alcohol, that is.
I don't know. I wouldn't.
That's about the same as a strong ale there.
But like, there's
same colour too.
There's people with weird sex kind of things where they like
drinking piss.
Yeah, there's like a girl was paid. There's a name for this where she paid to like shit into a box or get shit and put it in a box and like nail clippings and
what?
Yeah, like send to these lads in Asia. And they pay her to pay her money to like send her a weird shit. So there's probably a group of people out there that would pay pretty good money for like an alcohol laced piss or piss laced alcohol.
There is remember one of the girls in work was telling me there's a girl on Instagram.
Yeah.
That sells her bat water.
A bat water.
Yeah, like she has a fucking bat and then like bottles it up and sells it to weird freaks.
Yeah, see that'd be a similar thing because like when you have a bat, if you're in it more than 10 minutes, you're basically like stewing in your own feces because like your ass is out. And yeah, that obviously gonna go clear out stuff in you. And yeah,
sick.
so after a while you're just floating around in your own shit. So these guys are like
these guys are buying this shit like
this water that like that has like sweat and shit and
I
don't know what they do with it.
Yeah, I was just gonna say like what do they do with it? Do I even want to know what they do with it?
Do they just like
do they drink it? Do they wash in it?
Maybe you do the salty taste off it, but like, but surely if this is our ordinary bat, we'll have soap in it, so they can't drink
like
it.
There'll be soap in it. There'll be like probably shampoo in it.
Yeah, there'll be like a what's the bomb thing?
Bat bomb.
Yeah,
bubble bath.
So you're definitely not gonna be able to drink it.
Like, what do you do? You just smell it?
Yeah, and there's
surely it smells bad.
I know, it smells.
Would it be like stagnant and stuff though?
You gotta get a small bit of perfumey smell off it.
Yeah.
But like you could just get a bat bomb, put it in water, and that smell a lot better.
Yeah, like
people are weird.
No, people are freaks.
How much does she sell it for though?
I don't know.
We should really investigate this.
Yeah, I'm not going to investigate. You can do that. You can contact her. See when she come on the podcast.
How much do you get for your bat water?
Hey, where's your price list?
Yeah, exactly. Surely there's weird girls out there that want some dirty.
Yeah. Mark is selling his bat water for anybody who's interested.
Or just the sweat off or
the sweat off that t-shirt he was wearing when he was on that sweaty flight.
Ran through Dublin Airport like.
Oh no, people are weird, man.
That's so I think your man has a market. If he was a girl, I think these people with weird fetishes are usually lads.
Yeah.
So
why is that?
Scientists need to look into that. Like,
need to look into that. Why do all these freaks come out of the woodwork that are all male?
Yeah, like what's in it that like they have this is a weird obsession about a disgusting part of a person's body.
Yeah, like there's something that happened to them as kids.
They're making I know there's also a group of people who like give them bank details and say like, oh, I'm going to tell people all the dirty shit you're into. They want to be blackmailed as well.
They want to be blackmailed.
Yeah, they're like giving their card details and they're like, take this money out and like tell her gonna like release it to my family. And
They pay somebody money for that person to go and tell your family.
No, like you don't ever tell them their family, but you threaten the guys. That you're going to tell. They want to be threatened, but like surely the fact that they're telling the person.
So they tell the person the kind of shit that they're into.
Yeah. So like obviously this girl has obviously been sending him like the nail clippings and like piss.
Yeah.
In a bag for years. But they're keeping it a secret because this is a really shameful thing. No matter where you are, you're not going to go. Lads,
there's nowhere that's okay.
Yeah, you should see this bag of piss. Like, oh, this one smells absolutely amazing. Come smell it here.
Oh, take a whiff of this.
Yeah, she says she just ate nothing but pineapples. It smells absolutely.
Oh, sickening.
Yeah, so like, obviously they're ashamed of this, but they have an obsession about it. But they want to be then threatened that like surely you know you're threatened. This person is your paid client.
Yeah, you know that you're paying this guy to do this.
Yeah, or girl to do this. It's always guys.
Yeah, it's always guys.
Yeah, we are disgusting creatures.
Yeah, like you'd never see a girl trying to buy a lad's piss.
No.
Like, but even like, where do these guys find these people?
Internet.
Or where do these like?
They made it a lot easier.
It's weird.
Like before the internet, I wonder what they did.
Yeah, like, what did they do then?
Did they just like they must have to wait till like some person didn't flush?
Like, oh Jesus! Like just weird.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I forgot to tell you, my plumbing's broken.
But like even
just leave it there.
Like, are these people in relationships?
Some of them are.
Do they tell? Yeah. Like, does the partner know?
No. Because it's like I said, that's they wanted.
So then where does he keep it? Like, where does he keep all his bottles of piss that his girlfriend doesn't know?
Probably sends it to the office, or maybe to the
But surely somebody cops it. Like, oh, there's a lot of bottles of piss there on fucking John Jones' desk.
John Jones, just in the UFC, John Jones has a desk. No, but maybe like obviously like. It's sealed in the part. Like she obviously gets parcels. She obviously covers it up so you don't know what's in it, so people can't see it in. And so it'll just say your man's name on it. So it writes to the office. Go, oh hey, Mr. Magoo, you have a parcel there. You know,
but like, yeah, but like, where does he keep it then? Like, if he keeps it in his desk, surely somebody like the cleaner or somebody fucking spots it.
And it smells pretty.
Yeah, bad. Or it smells like, and somebody's like, hey, your desk smells like piss
or shit.
Yeah.
Maybe he waits till he gets home. So he brings it and he keeps it in his car and he brings it home.
And then what does he do with it at home? That his girlfriend or his wife or his parents don't know. She's out for the day and he's like, he stores it somewhere. He puts it in it. Like, people are weird. People will find. Like, Jesus. Yeah. I think we'll leave it there. We're nearly at the hour mark. we leave it on that sick, disgusting note.
People are weird, especially men. they like to package poo. And if you ever have packaged poo, if that's your thing, email into us on shytalk@gmail.com and we'd love to have you on the top.
Yeah, we'll have you on the top with your shite obsession.
Yeah, and how you hide it from your loved ones.
We'll keep you anonymous.
No, we won't.
Then nobody's going to come in if you don't keep them anonymous.
They'll love it though. They'll love that threat.
Yeah, we'll threaten to put your name out there.
Yeah, exactly. Only if you pay us.
A lot of money.
a lot of money. And we'll talk to you next week. Thanks Ken once again.
See you later.
Shut up and sit down.